Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Ignite. Today we have a very good show for you because we're going to talk about our product and then we're going to talk about some news and some other popular events and try to make this show a little bit more about the world of crypto rather than just Ignite. I think that might be interesting for you. So, Damon, would you love to get into all the cool things that are going to come up on our platform, and maybe we should give them a little sneak peek? Huh?
So I'll happily do so.
Maybe.
It's a mixed bag this week. There's some good news and some bad news. Let's start with the bad news. The bad news is that last week...
Bad news?
Don't worry. The bad news is that last week I had suggested that we can have an update ready for the end of this week that include various features and then perhaps a UI refresh. The bad news is we're not going to have that update. The reason being is because of the good news. The good news is, having seen the UI refresh, we've taken an executive decision to make sure that it is definitely included in the next update. So we are going to be getting, we in the Ignite office here are going to be getting that to play with on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And we hope to have it rolled out to you guys by Friday, possibly even Thursday. Okay. Mm-hmm. So there will not be an update this week as we promised last week, but there's a very, very, very good reason for it. And because we're in a good mood, I think sneak peek is the right thing to do.
Give them a sneak
Florian,
peek.
please do your magic here.
Yep.
Show them what is coming, because it's not just an upgrade, an update. It's almost a new product. We are super proud of it, which is why we didn't want to have a release this week that had responsive design on the because this week was meant to be responsive design with the old interface.
Let's just put it this way: it's light years ahead of the original beta that was relaunched. I mean, if you want to compare it to one of my famous car analogies, we gave you the chassis, we gave you the engine before. Now you're getting the doors, the windows, the seats, the whole bit inside. It's not quite a Mercedes yet, but it's approaching Toyota level, I think.
Yeah. Okay, it's coming together. So please bear with us. Sorry if you're disappointed for the delay. Hopefully some of the teasers that Florian's dropped into the video will make you realize that it's going to be worth it. We were going to launch, as I said, we were going to this week introduce responsive design. We're going to introduce the detailed asset view. We're going to introduce trading view charting. But all that wrapped up in the old interface didn't feel right. So we do want the new user interface, so that we're going to put this on hold just for a few days. And next weekend, you guys are going to not see daylight because you're going to be busy playing with the new platform, hopefully. So that's the product update. Let's skip to some industry news. There's been some things going on this week.
This has been a big week.
The main thing, of course, is that we have had Consensus in New York running this week. You can tell we're not there because we're busy building a platform for you guys.
We wish we were there.
It looks fun.
We were just saying we wish we were there. It looks like it would have been fun.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
In the end, I think I'd rather get our platform up and launched, and we can, look forward to going next year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anywhere up to 10,000 attendees this year, they think.
Really?
8,000 to 10,000 attendees. That's 1,000% up on 2015.
Yeah, it's like 800 a few years ago or something. It's like the few people that were actually using Coinbase back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is. I mean, I actually was scrolling through some old emails as I was trying to look for lost Bitcoin keys that I had from years ago. And
don't get him started on the lost Bitcoin keys.
Yeah,
Please don't get him
started. That's a whole other episode. Yeah. So I was looking through all these old emails and I noticed a Coinbase sign up. Like, one of your friends has invited you to join Coinbase. Join our 400 users.
Oh, really?
So it was like really back in the day.
Okay.
So they've grown a lot and their conference has grown a lot. And I think that that conference is a big reason why we're seeing very low volume this week. Because I think most of the big traders and most of the big kind of industry players are at the conference, probably drinking and hanging out and not doing so much trading, which I think is leading us into some of other news, because actually this has probably been one of the biggest weeks of good news that I've ever seen in crypto. It's just like one thing after the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the Chinese are now trying to compete with Ignite by doing ratings. So that was an interesting piece of news that came out this week. So they rated 28 cryptocurrencies, 28 top cryptocurrencies.
And this is the Ministry for
Information
and Infrastructure and Information Technology, MIIT.
Yeah.
So it's a government agency. It couldn't get more centralized.
Couldn't get more bureaucratic.
So the government is trying to tell the Chinese which assets they should be investing their money in. The top of the list, though, Ethereum.
Oddly enough. I mean,
Chinese love Ethereum.
Yeah, they gave it number 1. Bitcoin was number 13. And at the bottom of the list I wrote it down, XEM, bottom of the list, number 28. So I mean, I think that's great news for Ethereum. If a government says you're the #1 blockchain, that's not bad, considering some of the issues that are currently, Ethereum is facing with scaling and so on.
Yeah,
it's encouraging to see that they rate it #1. Be very interesting to know how they rated it #1.
Yeah,
why they rated it #1. So we have to look into that.
I have to ask our Chinese colleagues to dig down into that for us. But
Isabel, that's your next job. Yeah. So so we got that going on, and
staying in Asia, UPbit.com.
Yes.
So everyone was saying last week that was the reason why the markets were collapsing, was because UPbit.com, obviously big Korean exchange, there were
stealing
under
everyone's money.
investigation and blah blah blah. Turns out they weren't. Turns out they weren't. So they got cleared this week. So the flip side though is you then expect the automatic recovery.
No volume. Everyone's at consensus.
Everyone is at consensus. All those Lamborghinis parked outside.
All those guys driving those cars, they're not trading this week.
No, exactly.
So I have a feeling next week should be pretty good for the broader crypto markets. I might be wrong. That's just my opinion. Don't trade based on it. But I have a feeling there's a lot of good news. Price is relatively stable. It's been 5 days since Ethereum has
a significant move
had
either direction.
Move any direction. Usually within 5 days, that's when it tends to make a move. So pretty much sometime today or tomorrow, I have a feeling Ethereum is going to go one way or the other. I would say up is more appropriate given all the news and price resistance levels. But what else do we have? We have some other news on there. We have what's the last one there?
We're going to do something we said we were never going to do. We're going to break the rules. Because we found an ICO this week
that you should invest in, for sure.
We are going to promote because it's a slam dunk, guaranteed returns, Lambos by Christmas.
You got to get in on it.
It's amazing. If you've not checked it out already, do so. I'll get Florian to put in the address for you. It's www.howiecoins.com. Check it out. You're going to make millions.
Yep, great one. Revolutionizing the travel industry. $1.5 trillion.
Huge. Wind that back. What is it?
Howie Test is from the SEC.
Howie Coins.
Howie Coins. It is an SEC awareness website to kind of highlight what a crypto scam looks like. We think this is news for a few reasons. One, because it shows the SEC is getting more and more and more interested in cryptocurrencies and ICOs in a positive way. They're not saying, don't invest in this, don't do it. They're actually displaying an educational website to get people to be aware that, we know you're investing in cryptocurrencies. We know you're investing in ICOs. Here's a little site so you can spot what a scam one looks like, namely, usually a lot of celebrity endorsements, a product with some sort of guaranteed return attached to it. I mean, no one in business can ever guarantee you a return. If they do, they're lying because anything can happen. So it's a very interesting approach that they're taking.
I love it. I think it's great.
And for me, I think that's phenomenal news because it shows that they are going to take a probably a kind of like an encouraging stance on
more pragmatic approach.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So a 5,000 word statement released on the SEC website
doesn't mean anything to anyone. No one reads
Some people will read it, some won't. But the man on the street, this is a great way to actually try and
consumer
get
education. Yeah, that's what it is. Which is great. I mean,
that's what they're there to do. That website had me clicking buy. I mean, I knew what it was. But all the hallmarks are there. The really scary thing is looking at it. I'm going, wow, this is just...
How many ICOs have we seen like that? That's the...
Do you know what?
Plenty.
Hands in the air, our own included. We had, the styling of it. We followed the standard ICO template for our own crowd sale.
I mean, but that's not such the issue. There's not so much the template. It's for me, the things they tried to really point out are the kind of hypey stuff that a lot of ICOs use to get attention.
Oh, gotcha.
So
which we didn't.
But we didn't do that. I mean, the few reasons we didn't do it: one, because we don't agree with it; two, because we couldn't afford it; and three, because it's something we're just completely against.
Yeah, we're anti it. Absolutely.
But the hype factor and the promised returns are, I would say, the two most blatant signs of a scammy ICO.
Oh, yeah.
So you are guaranteed to make this amount of money. You are guaranteed to double or triple your value in 6 months. Total freaking lie.
Yeah.
Celebrity endorsements. Really, do you think Floyd Mayweather is a cryptocurrency activist? Do you think he's really into crypto? No, he just wants some money. Really, come on, So that's what happens. These guys, they get attracted to the money and they get involved, and the ICO then gets hype, promised returns, it gets people excited. They think it must be genuine because there's a face that's familiar on there. I mean, and that's actually like a lot of what the antivirus dude is
John McAfee.
What he's all about. I mean, it's like he's a big name. You see his software on every single desktop PC in the world, pretty much, and they just assume that it must be a trustworthy ICO because he tweeted about it. He probably didn't even look into it. He probably didn't even read it. I mean, it's just a money-making opportunity. That's it.
Yeah.
And this is why what we're doing with Ignite and where our Hive community is participating is so important to the sustainability of this growing industry. Because what we're doing is we're saying, ignore all that nonsense. Let's find the facts out. Let's put it in there, and let's make a group, consensus on whether these projects are quality or not.
Yeah.
I think the more kind of news like this that comes out, it more justifies what it is we're trying to do.
Absolutely. So on that note, please continue with the beta test. We know it's not very functional yet. We know there's features missing. They'll be coming, a big chunk of them next week. But in the interim, please still play with the platform. We're noticing people actually starting discussions on there and thinks it's great. That's what it's meant to be used for. We also bring our attention to a few interesting projects that over the coming weeks we'll start to discuss. We're going to change Ignite. Breakfast with Ignite will evolve into a show where we discuss what you, our community, our users, our Hive members are doing with the platform, how you're interacting with the platform, the assets that you're loving, the assets that you're not loving, the assets that we feel you need to love. We'll be discussing all of that with you guys in these shows. So for now, keep using it. The beta test is open. As always, there will be a link here. There'll be a link in the video description to join the beta test. The requirement for Ignite holding to be a beta tester is still 250 Ignite, so it's not that high. If you need more Ignite to be able to become a beta tester, then Ignite X is available on IDEX and DDEX and can be converted easily back to IGNT, which is the token you need
buy
for
up those
platform
orders.
access.
Buy up those sell orders. Good time to accumulate.
Yeah. But other than that, the drill, all the usual stuff. I'm not going to go over it again. Subscribe, like, it all. So thank you for joining us. Unless you have anything else to say.
Royal wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Want to talk about that? Nah.
It's also the FA Cup.
Oh, that's true. That's more interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, guys. See you later. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.